Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Miguel here. Today we're going to be going over how you can create a VSL in under an hour or two. Now, is it going to be an absolutely perfect dialed-in VSL? It's going to get you 80% of the way there, right? So if you're a coach or agency owner looking to build out a funnel and you don't have a VSL set up, you're trying to build a book call funnel from scratch, you can definitely set one up in less than a day doing what I'm going to show you here. And if you're a marketer or a copywriter and you're looking to understand how to use AI properly, this could assist you as well. But before I get into this, make sure your offer is dialed in because none of this matters if you don't know who you're speaking to and you don't have a good offer that they want to buy. But I'm going to obviously go into detail on all this here from something inside of my course, one of the sections. But before I do that, it's a free course, by the way. It's not one I sell. Oh, fuck. Gotta give that a caveat. Not that selling courses is bad, of course. But anyways, a little bit more about me. I've been in sales and marketing for 3 years. Started as a corporate SDR for a Fortune 500 company. I did $8 million in email marketing. Here's $6 million for a staffing agency I worked for. And then I transitioned into the high ticket space, closed over $1 million for coaches and agencies. I worked with Luke Alexander. He did a $4 million launch in 4 days. Also worked with Jace England, $2 million launch in 1 month, and directly mentored under Noah and Leon here in Bangkok, Thailand. I live here, just letting you know. Right, here we go, the view. But yeah, Noah and Leon are great as well, helping coaches scale to 6 figures a month and beyond, millions and millions on client results, setting up people such as Nick Setting. And then I also am partnered with Chase Hughes, who we are working on his new startup. He sold a couple 7-figure businesses, and I added 100K a month in revenue to Investor Mike through some back-end systems like with lead capturing on top of obviously helping with sales. So 486K a month to 567K a month, and that's on just one processor. So the funnel we'll be going over is a booked call funnel, and we're going to talk about how to write the VSLs and the entire setup and how to get it done in under an hour or two. So first things first, you got to actually have your traffic. Hopefully you have that dialed in. Then we're going to set up a quick VSL for your offer and the copy as well for that. Then you'll get into the application and scheduler, which is just going to be Calendly and Typeform setup. You can set up all of your emails and indoctrination sequences and SMS reminders using this exact copy system. And then obviously your sales call is going to be a hell of a lot easier. Your sales process needs to be dialed in as well, which if you need help with that, I have a video on my channel going exactly over the script I used to close over $1 million in revenue and closing at over 50% rate. But that being said, let's actually get into the juice of the video here, and that is going over the VSL script. But real quick, why you should even have a video sales letter in the first place, right? So what are VSLs and why they're marketing gold? VSL is a video sales letter. It's a sales page, but in video form, and they're absolutely crushing it right now, right? So here's why VSLs outperform everything else. Trust factor. People can see you, hear your voice, read your body language. Attention span. Easier to hold attention for 20 plus minutes with video than text. Emotional connection. Video creates stronger emotional bonds than written copy. Mobile optimization, perfect for our phone-obsessed world. VSLs typically convert 2 to 5 times higher than sales pages, right? So that's an additional 3x in revenue just from switching from a sales page to a VSL. So think about it. You record one video and you're going to get multiple sales for that one video versus one sales call, you get one sale. Russell Brunson's perfect webinar VSLs made over 100 million. So I don't know about you, but I haven't made 100 million and I damn sure want to. So I'm going to listen to one of the GOATs. But that being said, something we're implementing in businesses right now. I'm seeing absolutely crush it. So I have a basic prompt here, which if you want this, you're going to have to DM me on Instagram and I'll shoot this on over to you. But this is the exact prompt I've been using to help set up some clients' VSLs, as well as even do outreach for people, making them free, quick VSLs without really tweaking it and putting my own touch on it. Letting them see it works and it's valuable, and then we work together. So if you want to see what one of those samples VSLs looks like, we're going to take a peek here. But the VSL script doesn't matter if you don't know how to brief. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of AI prompting and all that sorts of jazz, but I'm sure none of you are really looked into briefing. Okay, and then that's where things really, really change. Because if your prompts are as only good as your brief, right? So what am I even saying right here? So like when you set up a prompt, it's capped by how good your brief is, and the brief is basically establishing who this is VSL is for. All right, so an example of that, for example, we'll get down is you're going to have to get all this situated. Okay, your target demographic, 3 pain points and fears, three dreams and desires, one big problem, existing solutions falls, product flaws, fuck, product details, key benefits of your product, common objections that you're getting for your product, and if once you have all that set up, your VSL is going to perform a lot stronger, right? So without a brief, AI is going to write generic copy for people who might want your thing, but with a brief, AI writes specific copy for Sarah, the 34-year-old marketing manager who's tired of her 9 to 5 and wants to start a side business, but doesn't know where to begin. See the difference? The specificity principle, right? Vague brief equals vague copy. Specific brief equals specific copy. Busy professionals want to make money online. Corporate accountants, 28 to 42, making 65K to 85K, working 50 plus hours a week, want financial freedom, but scared to leave steady paycheck, tried affiliate marketing before they got overwhelmed by the tech. Wow. Absolutely dialed. Now I'm going to show you an example here. These aren't the best examples in the world. These were literally, one of these was literally just when I sent his outreach, but you would do this preferably in Claude, for example. I'm not logged into my account right now. It's like a dummy account. But yeah, so Claude is super good with creative writing. Sonnet 4 is awesome. GPT-5 is actually pretty solid, to be fair. But, you know, you want to use what's best. Okay, but let's go ahead and take a peek here at this VSL and what it looks like. Okay, so what if I told you most people, this is for an Airbnb arbitrage offer. What if I told you most people trying to escape the 9 to 5 rat race through real estate are actually choosing the slowest, lowest return path possible? I'm talking to you if you're watching your bank account drain every month while working 50 plus hours a week, if you're missing your kids, games, families, events because you're trapped at your desk making someone else rich, if you're lying awake at 2 a.m. calculating whether you can afford that family vacation or if the mortgage payment comes first. Maybe you feel like a hamster on a wheel, working harder but never getting ahead financially, or you get that fun money guilt every time you spend $50 on yourself after paying all the bills. But what you really want is to walk into any store without checking your bank balance first, to tell your boss what you think about what you think without worrying about next month's rent, to book that dream family vacation to Europe without using credit cards, to have enough passive income that work becomes optional, not mandatory, to be the family member who can actually help when emergencies happen. When was the last time you made a financial decision based on what you wanted, not what you could barely afford? My name is Tim Hubbard. I got into real estate for the ability to escape the 9 to 5 after years of traditional real estate investing. I discovered short-term rentals in 2014 and started seeing 4 to 8x returns compared to long-term rentals. That changed everything. But here's what's different about my story. I don't just talk about it, I live it. I began acquiring properties while working remotely from around the world, eventually building what's now Corzly, a company that manages short-term rental properties in dozens of cities globally. The real estate gurus selling courses online are teaching you to buy and hold properties for 2 to 3% annual returns while inflation eats your profits alive. They're solving yesterday's wealth building problems with yesterday's strategies. I understand the suffocating feeling of being one expense away from financial disaster. Before I lived in that cycle for years. I lived in that cycle for years before discovering that short-term rentals could generate 4 to 8x more income than traditional rentals. Absolutely insane. Honestly, for something that took me fucking 20 minutes to make. It took me 20 minutes. I just filled out the brief. I didn't even adjust the prompt. And I threw in a little bit of context. I did a couple little things. Okay, I'm not going to go into depth on this video, but if you can just pair a good brief with a decent prompt, you are going to generate pretty solid shit, right? But obviously you need to know some copy foundation. So if you don't, definitely do your homework. I have some shit on this channel about that, or you can go read some of the top books such as Breakthrough Advertising and a couple other marketing books. But if you could spend a day or two kind of not mastering, but getting a solid understanding of internet marketing, what's worked in the past, and visiting some of the oldies but goodies, and then start pairing it with some decent prompt engineering and decent briefing, you can literally 2x, 3x what you're currently doing with your business if you don't have something dialed in with little to no effort. It'll take you 2 days. Okay, but if this isn't something you want to try to do yourself, or if you feel like you need help, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I am actually partnering with a couple of coaches and agencies, such as you saw Chase Hughes there. I'm pretty selective with who I work with. He's had a couple 7-figure exits. So it's very smart for me to want to work with someone like that on his next project, and currently in talks with a couple of different other folks as well. And one other coach who I'm currently working with who's looking to scale from 5 to 6 figures a month. But that being said, if you're looking to take your business to the next level with this sorts of stuff, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and we can be in touch. I work on a guarantee and rev share only, but I take a hefty chunk. I'll build out your entire funnel for you and your sales process. So that being said, want to just let you know what we're about over here. And this should be all you need. Take action on this, guys. I promise you, if you take action on what I just told you, you're going to fucking smash it. That being said, good speaking to you all. Have a good one. Bye.